everyone, and thanks for joining us on Thank You for Improving Wellness. Today we are going to be talking about people's journeys with mental health. My name is Sasha King and I'm from 221 Mental Health Charity, and joining us today is Malia Ford, who is someone who's going to let us know a bit about her personal experiences with mental health, as well as some strategies that have worked for her. So thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Sasha.
So just before we get started, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Malia Ford. I'm a full-time student at CDU. I'm studying the Bachelor of Health Science and the Masters of Occupational Therapy here in Darwin. I'm very lucky that all my uni's gone online and it hasn't paused, so studies are still going. We're halfway through semester at the moment. The only thing that's really changed for me is I can't do any of my sports outside. I have to do them all inside now, which is fine. You adapt. I'm very lucky and privileged to have only those minor inconveniences.
Yeah, great to hear that you're managing this change quite well and that you haven't had too many changes for you. So the first question I wanted to ask you was, what does mental health mean to you?
So mental health, I feel, is a holistic approach. It consists of 4 pillars: the physical, mental, spiritual, and social aspects of it. If you consider it like a chair, it's got the four little stools. And if you don't have stability in each pillar, then your chair and your overall wellness is not stable. So it's really important to work on each aspect within yourself.
Yeah, I can see that you're talking about sort of that needing all of those aspects in your life to have well-being, and I think that's an important thing for people to take away. Can you tell me a little bit about your journey and how mental health has impacted your life?
Yeah, so I suffered some traumatic experiences as a child, and through that I've had a lot of ups and downs over the years, especially when I was younger. I had a lot more downs than I do now. But it's helped me learn coping mechanisms to deal with those things. Even last week, with all the changes that are happening and not being affected too much, I still felt the downs and had to go and have a little cry by the beach by myself. But yeah, we just sometimes need the release. After that, I was able to get back on track and put in place my coping mechanisms and get back on track to being overall well.
I think that's really great that you could recognize that you were feeling a bit down and you could do something about it. And I think having a good cry occasionally is exactly what you need. But what are some ways that someone could notice, or what are things you notice when you're becoming maybe a little bit down or your mental health isn't as good?
I know key things is I get very irritable, not sleeping well. I start binging, reaching for the chocolate in the fridge, and I know that's got a big component of dopamine, which is like the feel-good drug, but it's very short-lived. You're always reaching for the next hit, so it's really good when you see those things coming to focus more on the things that will give you a long-term effect, like the exercising and overall wellness. So those are things that I identify within myself and have to, mitigate the effects of those things.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that with us. I think it would be really helpful, especially right now. I know that my office is right next to the fridge, so mitigating those things I think is a challenge for everyone right now.
Yeah, I walk down the stairs to go to the fridge, and I know that I don't need to, but it's still tempting, and I put it in as exercise.
Yeah, absolutely. So what are some things that have helped you be able to recognize these things, or that have worked as coping strategies across your life?
So the main coping strategies I use usually is yoga. Yoga is really good as an exercise and also as a meditation aspect. I'm really lucky that the yoga that I usually attend, they're now offering free classes online to all their students. So you just log into the Facebook page and they still run the yoga session and the Kirtan meditation with that as well. So it's really, big aspect of what I try and do, and the exercise as well.
Yeah. My next question for you is that, right now might be really stressful for people, just like yourself as well, probably, and myself as well. So what are some things at the moment through times of like change and stress? What are some things that you're doing at the moment to make sure that you are still well?
Well, I think especially now, a really important thing is a lot of us have never really felt alone, and now we are, and it's okay to be alone. Like, we're constantly connected over social media and always being busy, that we never actually take time to like just sit with ourselves and get to know ourselves as you would your best friend or the people that you go to school with or go to work with. And it would be really important, just to take time for yourself, because it is a very high stress, no matter how it's affecting you. Even if you're having no effects from this, if you're still working, if you're not working, it's really important just to take that time and do things with yourself, especially disconnecting from social media. So one of the things I'm doing at the moment is when I go to sleep, that'll be the last time I use my phone until lunchtime the next day, just to get into that routine, having the exercise in the morning and then just going straight into uni and doing some studying, and then just having that break and reconnecting with friends at lunchtime, and then waiting again in the afternoon to actually socialise, even if it's just over video link.
Yeah, that's really great to hear that you are managing that sort of social media and screen time. I know that I'm probably not as good as you at making sure I don't look at my phone, so you're doing a really good job of that. How important do you think that socialization aspect is for you in this time right now as well?
Well, as an extrovert, I usually don't spend that much time at home at all. My housemates are getting a lot of FaceTime with me at the moment, actually, which they don't usually get. They don't even know if I'm home half the time when I am home. So yeah, it's really good to connect. Phone calls are excellent, but I really love that we have the technology now to be able to have conversations like this where we can see the other people's faces. I'm calling like 3 to 4 people a day in the afternoons just to have a 5-minute chat, have a half an hour chat. I spent 2 hours with a friend while she was in the pool the other day, just so that she has someone just to look at and talk to while she was doing her thing for her self-care. So yeah, it's very important to connect, even with people that you haven't connected with in a long time. It's always nice just to check in.
Yeah, great. It sounds like you're a great friend to have around to give people a call and check in with how they're doing.
Well, it's as much for me as it is for them, so.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds like you're doing a really good job of managing your mental health, your socialization, and being aware of what you need right now. So thanks so much for being with us today and sharing with us today, Malia.
Thank you. We just have to take every day by day.
Yeah, absolutely. Day by day, minute by minute, whatever you need to do. Look after yourselves, everyone. Thanks for joining us on Thank You for Improving Wellness, and we'll see you next time. Bye.